So, we discovered water on Mars. We're still looking for it in California, unfortunately. In fact, I wrote a song about it. You guys want to hear the song?
No.
Well, too fucking bad! If you're feeling thirsty, hey, I gotta warn ya, you're better off on Mars than you are in California. Oh yeah! Bam! #1 fucking hit single. Actually, the water on Mars is probably salt water, so you wouldn't want to drink it. That's just a little PSA for you guys in case any of you ever end up on Mars, like Matt Damon, actually. Hey, wait a minute. We make this big Mars discovery just as this movie with Matt Damon is coming out, called The Martian, where he gets trapped on Mars? That's a pretty strange coincidence. Seems like something the satanic Illuminati might have their hands in. Yeah, Vigilant Christian Mario, you better get on that shit. Now, the presence of liquid water on Mars means that perhaps we will discover life in that water. If there's life on Mars, it would not share the same evolutionary history as life on Earth. It would have its own separate origins, and therefore studying it could tell us an enormous amount about what life is, how it forms, what conditions it really needs. Right now, we only have one evolutionary timeline to study. If we find life on Mars, that means we have a totally separate evolutionary timeline to study. Of course, it's also possible that we send a probe up there and we discover that the waters are totally empty and dead. Bereft of life, just like a YouTube commenter. You know, we've really only begun to scratch the surface of what's out there. And some people, like my respected friend Galen and my hero George Carlin, have said that maybe we're not ready to go into space. We don't yet have the wisdom to propagate our species beyond the borders of our own planet. I would say that we cannot prepare ourselves for that kind of journey. I don't think that that's the way it works. I don't think you become wise and ready to embark on the journey and then embark on the journey. I think that you become wise and worthy of the journey by embarking on the journey. It's like Joseph Campbell. You know, he was a comparative mythologist of some note who studied the mythologies of as many cultures as he possibly could get his hands on. And he came up with a structure that seems to recur throughout the storytelling of various human cultures. And it's called the monomyth. Anyone who has ever aspired to maybe be a writer or who's interested in mythology probably knows about this. Anyone who's interested in storytelling in general, Campbell's particular version of the monomyth has 17 stages, and I'm not going to bore you by trying to go through all of them, but the first stage is the call to adventure, and then it's followed by trials and tribulations and difficulties, and through those difficulties, the hero attains something called Master of Two Worlds. You become the master of two worlds. You become the master of where you came from, and you become the master of where you went. Because you learned so much through your journey that you ascended to a higher realm of consciousness in a way. I think that this Mars revelation is our call to adventure. It's saying to us, come, be the master of two worlds, Earth and Mars. Let that be the beginning of a united human empire. And I know what you're thinking. That's too naive. That's never going to happen. It's pie in the sky. Well, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
You're fired, TJ.
I hope someday you will join us, and the Earth and Mars will live as one. Don't be violent, Scotty.
You make me violent, TJ. Stop torturing your audience.
All right. that pretty much concludes the video. If you want to see me review Angels of the Outfield, well, you guys have already gotten to that benchmark. But if I get 10 more Audible trials at audibletrial.com/theamazingatheist,
I will also do it.
no. Well, you can help. You're going to help me review it anyway. But I will also do a special bonus review of the worst episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, one of my favorite television shows of all time. Now, what is the worst episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation? I guess you'll have to sign up for an Audible trial if you want to find out.
I was included, you piece of shit. Fuck you, TJ.
Fuck you.
Touche.